Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ashley and today we're going to be doing 7 on Sunday. So this is a Goodreads group hosted by the lovely Grace over at G Swizzle. I'll leave a link to her channel and the Goodreads group down below. So let's get into it. Now today's topic is books/series I've binge read. Now most of these books are series. I don't binge read too many normal books, but it's mostly series I binge read. So let's see the books. So the very first series I binge read is the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. Everyone knows what this series is. This is my all-time favourite out of the Shadowhunters series. I love the setting, I love the characters, I love the humour. Everything about it is just phenomenal. I love Cassandra Clare, I love her writing. She's just one of my all-time favourite authors. Her books have just been my absolute favourite to binge read, and this is a series that I will always come back to. I love any book set in Victorian London, and I just love Tess from Will so much. The next book series I binge read, which is one that nobody really knows too much about, and I don't see quite a lot of it in the book community, is The Queen of the Tearling trilogy by Erica Johansson. This is a book series that I stumbled across a few years ago through my local library. Picked up the first book, absolutely loved it, and just binge read the last two. So this follows a young girl called Kelsey who, when she turns 19, she finds out she is the princess of a kingdom, and it has been taken over by her greedy, power-hungry uncle. And she is essentially brought in back to essentially take the throne back, and however it's not exactly the best ride, and a lot of people try to kill her. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of divided about the ending of this series, which is a topic we'll get into later on in future videos, but I just love this series. I love Erica Johansson's writing, and I love the prequel, which came out earlier this year, which follows one of the other main characters in this series. If you're into political fantasies, this is an excellent recommendation to pick up. Okay, and the final series I binge read is the Maduran Chronicles by Lynette Noni. Now, Lynette Noni is an Australian author, and I fell in love with her work one day when I was visiting my local bookshop. Saw the first book, read the first couple of pages, absolutely loved it. The action pretty much picks up straight after the first chapter, and it reels you in. If you are an Australian and have not read Lynette Noni's work, I highly, highly recommend you do. She is one of my all-time favourite Australian authors ever. I love her writing, I love her characters. The humour is just so funny. If you need any more proof that this is a good series, I bought my best friend the whole series, and she binge read them as well. So if you're Australian and looking for a YA author to basically recommend, Lynette Noni's your girl. But the next series is a series that is not yet completed, but I will always binge read, and that is the Bone Season series by Samantha Shannon. Now this follows a young girl called Paige who is a clairvoyant in a futuristic London, and she is essentially a girl who works for the underground mob, and clairvoyancy is illegal in this new futuristic London. So essentially if you get caught, you are sentenced to death. And one day she gets caught using her powers on the train to see her dad, and she is taken away essentially to die, but where she is taken just opens up the world in a whole new way. So this has been one of my all-time favourite series most recently. I love Samantha Shannon, I love her writing, I love her characters. She's just an author that I don't think gets as much attention, especially on BookTube and even on Instagram. If you do need 50 reasons to read this series, I highly recommend Ashley from a Follow Through Fictions video about it. I'll leave a link to that down in the description box. But I love the characters in this series. I love how Paige is just, she is so stubborn. Basically, you tell her not to do something, she'll do it. This is a series I cannot recommend highly enough. Go check it out. Okay guys, so the next book I binge read is Hood by Jenny Eldenberg. This is a standalone series and a first debut book as well. So this follows a young girl called Isabel who turns out to be the daughter of Robin Hood, and she finds this out one day after she is arrested by these guys for helping the local peasants. This is a book I fell in love with straight away. I love the characters, I love Jenny's writing. I'm really excited to see what else she brings to the table with her next book, which I think is a retelling as well. So if you guys are into retellings, check this one out. Okay guys, so the next one is another retelling, and that is The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. This is a Princess Bride retelling, which is one of my all-time favourite movies ever. As soon as I saw this, I knew I had to read it. As soon as I picked it up, loved it, loved the characters, loved the writing, and I'm very, very excited for the sequel, which has come out, and I'm still waiting on that in the mail. But yeah, this is a retelling that I absolutely adored. Loved it, loved the characters, like I say. Binge read it in a day, pretty much. I picked it up and did not stop reading until I was done. So if you're looking for another retelling, this is another one I highly, highly recommend. Okay guys, and the final series I want to talk about is more about the author rather than the series, and that is Anything by Anne Cleeves. So Anne Cleeves is a British crime writer, and if you are a fan of Vera or Shetland, you will also know that she is the author of the books that those TV shows are based on. I absolutely love anything written by Anne Cleeves. She is one of my all-time favourite crime writers. What I love about these books is that the chapters are nice and short. You don't get introduced to too many characters. You know what's happening, and I can never ever figure out who done it. If you're a fan of British crime especially, I highly recommend this series. Love Anne's writing style. Like I say, she doesn't overwhelm you with too many characters. You know where you are, you know what's happening, and you do not even need to read these books in order. This is the latest one in her Vera series. I think this is book 10. I didn't even need to pick up and read the first one. I am obsessed with the TV show, so I could just pretty much pick this up and know the characters straight off, know pretty much anything there is to know about the plot. You don't, like I say, you do not need to read the first book to even get into this series. So if you are a fan of crime, especially British crime, I highly recommend this book series. Okay guys, that's it from me. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do so as well, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.